conic starts from having these two cones attached edge to edge at its apex, so here, and there is a plane that is inserted on that cone. So here we see that this is the plane which is perpendicular, and then the plane is tilted and looking at the point of intersection of the plane and the cones. So this is called we have figure form, parabola at the top and another parabola at the bottom. So this is a parabola with one, and it becomes an ellipse, and this tilted, and that is depende sa pag-move ng intersection ng plane at saka cone. Okay, so supposing we have here a plane perpendicular. So ito yung line na dinadaanan, that is the axis. So ito ay nataas baba. So this is a circle point. And so when we say conic section, conic sections or conics are curves. Ito ay curves obtained by the intersection of a plane and a cone. So nakita natin yung cone kanina at saka yung plane. Conic sections can be identified as circles. Kita natin yung circle pag perpendicular yung plane doon sa cone, or ang plane is perpendicular to the axis doon sa nape. So we have the circles. Parabola pag ang ating plane ay nag-intersect siya sa isang cone, sa isang nape, sa isang lateral face. Ellipse pag naka-tilt. Hyperbola pag dalawa, and then degenerate cases. So degenerate cases, yun yung point at saka line. So this is the circle, yung plane kanina. This is the ellipse, this is the parabola, and this is the hyperbola. Provided yung hyperbola is dalawa ito. Itong pababa, and then meron din yan sa taas na papunta doon. No? So that is hyperbola. So this is the plane, the circle. Okay, it's perpendicular. Ellipse, this is the ellipse. And this is the parabola, and that is tilted and intersect one cone. And when that is tilted and intersect two cones, then that is hyperbola. So a circle is formed, a conic section which is formed when the plane is horizontal. So paano siya pahigda as it intersects the cone. A regular round pizza, Ferris wheel, and the face of a coin are among the numerous examples of a circle. Yes. An ellipse naman is formed when a tilted plane intersects only one cone to form a bounded curve. An example of that is an orbit of a satellite. Parabola is formed when the plane intersects only one cone, so only one cone, to form unbounded curve. So this is unbounded curve. The trajectory of a ball, so pag nagtapon tayo ng ball pataas, of course that what goes up must come down. That is because of the gravity. The trajectory of a ball thrown upward forms a parabola. Parabola has many applications in real life, including architecture. So hyperbola naman, as also a conic section, is formed with a plane, not necessarily vertical. Hindi ibig sabihin na patindogid siya, but it could be tilted as long as it intersect both cones to form two unbounded curves. So this is the first curve, second curve. Each called a branch of hyperbola. An hourglass, that contains two hyperbola in each side, is a real life representation of hyperbola. So this is the degenerate cases. We have a point here when the plane is intersected at this intersection. One line if this plane is parallel to this, okay, and two lines if that intersect with this. Okay. Are also formed with a plane and cone intersect. So these are examples of figures in the real life in which we can find those things. All are figures that can be formed when a cone is cut by a plane except the circle, the ellipse, the hyperbola, the triangle. Of course, the answer is triangle. Blank is a set of all points equidistant to a fixed point called center. So alam naman natin na ang circle ay meron talaga siyang fixed point sa gitna, which is called the center, and lahat ng points na nandoon sa curve ng circle or equidistant yon, called it a radius. So that is circle for number 2. It is conic section with two branches and is cut on a plane, cuts double nape, cone vertically. So pag nakakat siya sa plane vertically, dalawang nape, so magkakaroon siya ng dalawang parabola, up, open upward and open downward, and that is a hyperbola. All are degenerated cases of conic section except, of course, degenerated cases ang lahat maliban sa plane at saka sa shape. Sa shape, meron tayo na sa shape because a line is a shape. So, probably the answers could be B or C, but if we define shape like a point is a shape, a line is a shape, so that means the final answer here is letter C. What conic section is being represented by the track and field oval? So oval is an ellipse, that is letter B. The curves that are formed, a plane cuts a double nape cone, of course. Pag dalawang nape, so that is a conix. So this is a parabola. So ang concept ng parabola, there is here a focus. Siya yung parang point na tinitingnan natin as focus, called the focus. Ang property ng parabola is ang distance from this line and this point to this point ay pareho. So, kung 10 ito, it is also 10 because dito equals dito and d1 equals d1. So, for example, this is 7 from here. There is a line that is perpendicular to this line. This is called d1. So, they are also equal. Yun yung parabola. That is a property. Pag ellipse naman, may property siya that this is the focus. So, there is this focus in which the distance from here and this one, these two, is equal also to this plus this one. So, not necessarily na ito ay equal dito, but since this is parallelogram, say for example, so that is equal and this two are also equal. But in here, in an ellipse, equal talaga yung sum ng distances from D3 and D4 as well as D1 and D2. And for hyperbola, there is a constant difference. Kung dito tayo sa ellipse is constant sum, ito constant difference because D2 minus D1, the absolute, is equal to the differences of D3 and D4, the absolute. So, bakit may absolute? Para positive ang lahat. So, because the distance is positive here. So, D2 minus D1 equals D3 minus D4 or D4 minus D3. That is the hyperbola. And for the circle, the most common or the easiest among these conic sections, we have here the center. Mauna talaga ang H sa K and therefore X mauna din sa Y. So, X is a point and there is a circle and this is HK as the center. So, the distance from this center to any of the points XY is called the R or the radius. Okay? Next, let's start with the circle. So, 2D points determine a line. So, let's say, magkaibang point. So, for example, first point, second point. So, you can say two different points or two distinct points determine a line. So, we have here a line. And we have here a line. We can construct one vertical line that and also a horizontal line that can be formed. Okay, we call this one as the Y. The distance for this is the Y kasi pasaka siya. This is the X. So this is in terms of X, the distance. And there is this foot, the intersection is a right angle. So we call this one as a right triangle. And therefore, if you can form a right triangle, we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So for example, what shape can we make by rotating the line? So you have here a line. Pag i-rotate natin yan, of course, you can form a circle. And therefore, this one is, the radius of this are all equal from side to side to any of the point x1. Okay, so nabuo na. And this is our circle. So the center of the circle is, for example, this is the center. If the center is named as letter A, then this is named circle A. So for example, we have a radius from A to B. So this is a radius AB. And the diameter, pag i-move natin yan siya straight. So this is, straight na siya ha. This is, so for example, C, then BC is a diameter, segment BC. Chord, of course, ang chord is any that has an endpoint from edge from this point to this point. This is called chords. For example, this is D and this is E. So we've got DE is a chord. Secant if that contains a chord. So for example, this is pangit naman ang line ko no. So for example, this is F and G. Then we call this one a secant line FG. And we have a tangent. So a tangent is a line that intersects one point in the curve of the circle. So, for example, this is L and this is point K. Okay, so we write line LK as a tangent line. We have also the arcs. The arcs could be any, this is arc actually. This is an arc. Hindi natin sa tatawagin na curve, kundi this is an arc. And the point of tangency is here. Yun yung ano natin, yun yung dinadaan ng tangent line doon sa arc ng circle. So, magkakaroon tayo ng major arc pag more than 180 degrees, more than half of the circle, and less than 180 equal to the minor arc. So, for example, from here, we've got arc BL. So, arc BL is a minor arc because this is less than 180 degrees. So, ating i-extend BL. So, this is the center. So, for example, so this is less than 180. So, that is a minor arc. Pero pag sinabing BL tapos papunta sa D, so it is more than 180 degrees kasi this is 360 divided to 180 ang kalahati. So, kung more than 180, that is called major arc. So, BLD, arc BLD is a major arc. So, given the center at the origin, so for example, here is the origin, and the radius of 4, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, it means up din, we have 4 din. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sa side din, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And another side, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, makakabuo tayo ng circle. Okay? So, makakabuo tayo ng circle. Nakapangit yung circle ko na. Okay. And we'll find the equation of this circle. So, ang gagawin natin ay mag-extend tayo ng triangle. Yan. So, this is the point H. This is the point XY. And this is the point 0, 0. Okay. So, alam natin na this distance from here papunta dito is our Y. Diba na? Is our Y. And the distance from this 0 papunta dito, this is our X. Okay. So, that is a right triangle. Hindi natin ng ano. So, we can use the Pythagorean theorem, which is, this one is R, which is equal to 4. Diba? So, we know that the Pythagorean, that C squared equals A squared plus B squared. So, A stands for altitude. Ito yung Y. And B stands for the base. Ito yung sa base baba. So, we've got C here is the hypotenuse. So, this is 4, that is 4 squared. And that is equal to A, that is Y squared plus X squared. So, the equation is 16 equals X squared plus Y squared. And that is our answer. The equation of the circle is X squared plus Y squared equals 16. How about if we have the center negative 4, 3? So, line negative 4. So, this is our x-axis. Okay. We have negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is negative 4. And 3, we have 1, 2, 3. This is our 3. So, this is our point. This is our center. And the radius is square root of 7. So, square root of 7 is something 2.6 now. So, we have 1, 2.6 here. 1, 2.6 probably here. And we have 1, 2.6 probably here. And 1, 2.6 here. So, we've got a circle like that. Okay. Okay. So, this is our circle. And we can form a triangle there. Okay. This is our Y. Okay. Of course, this is a point XY. Kasi hindi natin alam kung anong point yan. Hindi natin siya. Ang atin lang alam ay negative 4 yan siya. 3. Tapos, ang ating radius ay square root of 7. Okay. So, we can use the Pythagorean. We know that this is our Y. Ang problema lang ngayon is, ang Y andito, straight dito. So, ang distance ng Y at saka 3 is y minus 3. Bakit? So, for example, ang y natin ay 10. So, ang distance ng 10 at saka 3 ay 7 kasi 10 minus 7. Kung ang distance, kung ito ay 8, so therefore, ang distance ng 8 papuntang 3 ay 5 kasi 8 minus 3, 5. So, kung y ito, kasi y yan siya, it means y minus 3. Kasi kung 8, 8 minus 3. Kung 10 yan, 10 minus 3, diba? So, that means the distance from this is y minus 3. So, this is y minus 3. So, second minus second. And this one is x minus negative 4. Okay? So, this is our x. Or we can write x plus 4 as ang distance niya. So, ang distance dito sa ating c ay square root of 7. So, c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So, we've got, ang c natin ay square root of 7. Squared. Of course, kung squared natin yun, pwede sa loob na lang squared natin, no? Pwede rin dito sa labas. Kaya lang man, wala man siyang ano. And our altitude is y minus 3 squared. Y minus 3. And our b, ang b natin ay itong x plus 4. The plus 4 ko na lang kasi x minus negative 4. And that is square root of 7 squared, that's square root of 49. And square root of 49 is equal to 7. So, we write 7 is equals to square root of first, y squared. And multiply this 2 times negative 3 times y, that is negative 6y. The negative 3 squared, that is negative 3 times negative 3, that is positive 9. Okay, this is the expanded form of this. And then plus, ito naman ay x squared. So, square root of first. Then multiply this 3, that is 2 times 4 times x, that is 8x. And then, square the last. Ang last natin ay 4. 4 squared, that is 16. So, that becomes x squared plus 8x plus 16. So, 7 minus 9, kasi ilipat natin 9. Lipat natin ang 9 at saka 16. So, that is 7 minus 9 minus 16. And that becomes, ayan siya, negative 2, so that is negative 18. Yeah. And that is equivalent to, i-arrange natin, mauna ang x squared. Sunod ang y squared. Sunod ang x na naman. That is 8x. Unahan natin ang 8x plus 8x. And then, sunod ang y, that is 6y. So, the answer is negative 18 equals x squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 6y. So, this is the equation of this circle. Center negative 1, negative 2 will be discussed on the next video. Thank you.